Hello and welcome to our webinar on how to use video to make your course greater. My name is Heather Halter and I'm a Digital Solutions Specialist for Communication with Macmillan, meaning I provide training and pedagogical support for instructors using our LaunchPad products. Now, we're going to be looking at a specific feature in LaunchPad today, and if you're not familiar with LaunchPad, that's what we call our course space that's filled with resources that are customized for each of our textbooks. If you have yet to learn about LaunchPad, please let me know and we'll be able to arrange that for you at some later time. Today we're focusing just on the video tools aspect of that. And now for those of you who attended the webinar in person yesterday, this is a different recording. I ran into technical difficulties with the recorder yesterday, but you're still receiving the same information here. Now before coming to Macmillan, I actually taught public speaking myself at several universities throughout Central Florida, where I did use media in my classroom. When I was in grad school, I actually wrote my thesis on using online media in and out of the classroom. So this particular subject area has been a big interest of mine for years. I used online media while teaching, while in school myself, and now I get to help instructors use it as well. So today we're going to take a look at how to use video to make your course greater. Obviously greater because your course is already great. We're just going to help make it a little bit better. Specifically, we're going to take a look at Macmillan's video assignment tool in LaunchPad. Then we'll look at some specific best practices for how to use the video assignments in your course. And then lastly, of course, we'll take a look at how to build the video assignment. Now, what is a video assignment? I'm going to exit out of my PowerPoint here. Pardon my switch. But a video assignment allows you or your students to upload virtually any video that may be saved on your computer, that you found on YouTube, or any publisher-provided videos within LaunchPad for time-based commenting and rubric grading in a secure location. You may have something similar to this in your school's LMS. But I have a feeling that what we're going to show today is much easier to use and has better functionality. Now, as I stated previously, I used to teach public speaking, and I actually used an older iteration of these tools in my course, back when this was called Speech Class and not nearly as technologically advanced. But basically, my online students would record themselves presenting their speech and upload it to the video tools. I would then add comments and fill out a rubric to grade the speech just like I could with my on-campus students, but with the added benefit of being able to target my comments to a specific part of the speech. As you can see on your screen right now, I have these time-based comments right next to my uploaded video. Now, prior to having these tools available, my students would have to upload their video recording to YouTube, and then I would type comments in a Word document. This was not really the most constructive way to give feedback, and plus I ran into a lot of problems with students' privacy settings with their YouTube videos, and it made grading very laborious. So these video tools proved invaluable to me. Now what we're seeing on our screen is what we call an instructor-submitted video. Basically, in my sample course here, I uploaded a video, and I want my students to add time-based comments here. This is one of my all-time favorite TED Talks. You can see the video comments are over here, and I'm going to hit play. You won't be able to hear the video itself. That's okay. But what you are going to notice in a minute is that these comments are going to scroll through with the appropriate time in the video with which they're linked. Now, one thing that's great about this is, of course, time-based. It's linked to one given point in the video, which means you can give very specific feedback. You know, if, for example, right here, my student is saying too much, or maybe they need to work on their vocal variety, I can simply click Add Comments. The video automatically pauses so I don't lose my progress. If I could type correctly, that'd be great. We can hit post, and that comment automatically is tracked to that particular part in the video. So when a student is watching this, they know exactly where I want that comment to be. And additionally, you can see my pretend students' comments scrolling through here in accordance with the time that they were left. And of course, we do have the rubric feature as well. We'll get into those a little bit later, but they are fully customizable. You can come in, and once you get this set up, all you do is just click the number that you want to assign for the various criterion. And it does the math for you in the upper corner here. So very handy. I'm going to exit out of this window here and jump back to my PowerPoint slides. And we're going to take a look now at some of the best practices for using this. Now, obviously, I use this for a public speaking standpoint, but you can also use this for human communication and other communication courses as well. So in a student-submitted video, we're basically just providing your students an easy, secure way for them to share video. And there's a lot of different ways that we can use this. Of course, for you to view and grade. Maybe the student records themselves doing something, and you want to be able to watch it and grade it. And this doesn't just have to be traditional speeches. It could be an end-of-the-semester project, any sort of presentation you would have your students normally do in class, they can do online. And quite frankly, online presentations are kind of becoming the wave of the future. It's really a good idea to practice these sorts of presentations. You can also use these videos as sort of a self-reflective assignment. Maybe they've recorded their speech and you want them to take a look back at their presentation and see how they did in various areas. And of course, you know, this could also be sort of just a general end of the semester look back at the course. It doesn't have to be just for a speech. We also allow the functionality to upload a video from YouTube. So maybe one example of an assignment you could use here is to tell your students to search YouTube for a specific type of video, and you can have them upload here. For example, one activity I would have my students do is I would have them search YouTube for a video, maybe like a Hollywood movie clip that has a really awesome introduction, you know, the opening to the movie, and or a really awesome closing to the movie. And I did that to emphasize the importance of an a high impact introduction and a proper conclusion. And of course, students can also use this for a peer review type of assignment. Students can add comments to their classmates' videos if you set it up to do so. So again, from the public speaking perspective, a student can provide peer feedback on a student's uploaded speech. It can also be helpful for group projects. This provides you a good avenue for that. We, of course, also have the option for an instructor-submitted video, and that's sort of what that TED Talk that we had on the screen was like. You can require that your students leave comments and or fill out a rubric. I like to use this as maybe kind of a live action discussion board. You can personally go in and post questions throughout your video and have your students type a response to it. Or one thing that I found very helpful with my students was I would upload a sample speech and sort of turn the tables and have them pretend to be the instructor. And they would grade the speech as if they were the teacher. And it's actually funny how critical they would be. I mean, nobody would pass public speaking if it were up to my students to grade these speeches. It's also a great way to share class information and instructions. Maybe you've recorded some of your lectures. You can go ahead and upload those videos here to share with your class. And you can also take screencasts for directions and tutorials on any assignments that your students may need to work on. So we've taken a look at best practices. Let's take a look at now how you can actually build these video assignments within LaunchPad. Right from the home page of LaunchPad, you will see this button that says Add New. A pop-up will show up, and you'll want to select the video assignment. Now, we're going to walk through these 4 tabs up at the top to get this assignment ready for your students. This first page is simply basic information. So just put in the title of your assignment. And you can also choose to include directions down here. We'll hit Save, and then move on to the Assignment tab. And right here is where we pick our due date. We can choose the amount of points we want this assignment to be worth. Add it to our Videos category. We'll hit Assign. We then move over to Settings, and this is the most important part of this. You first want to decide the assignment type. Is this going to be private, meaning it's a student-uploaded video, they will only submit their video to you? Or is this a shared video, where the student is going to submit a video and both you and their peers can see the video? Then we have the option to decide if you want this to be an instructor-submitted video, where you upload a video and require that your students add X amount of comments, and the system will actually prompt the students. If they haven't left the required number of comments, they won't receive credit for the activity. You also have the option to use a rubric, which we'll take a look at next. Or you can choose to make this a student-submitted video, where your students are uploading a video for either you or, as we can see here, their peers to review. Again, you can require a certain amount of comments. You can also make this that self-reflective activity where students add their own comments to their video. And of course, you can also mix and match all of these options. You can have it so that both you, your students, and their classmates all add comments on the same video, or any mix and match of those options. And again, of course, the option to use a rubric. I'm going to switch this back to Instructor, though, for the purposes of what I want to show next. Then we have the option for who can see comments. Student comments can either be viewed by everyone in the class, which if you're having this be some sort of collaborative effort, you want to select that. Or if this is going to be a more private, maybe reflective activity, you want the comments to be seen only by the student, the submitting student and the instructor. You can also change the setting for instructor comments. Again, if this is a group activity, have everyone in the class selected. But if it's maybe more of a speech that students are uploading, have only the instructor and the submitting student see the comments. That way you can give any critical, sensitive feedback without the entire class seeing it. We'll hit Save. And then we're going to move on to the Rubrics tab. You'll click on this button that says Add Rubric. And you have a couple of different options on this page. For ease and simplicity, we have provided you with several pre-made rubrics that you can choose to use. You can also choose to create your own rubric from scratch. I'm simply just going to select one of these pre-made ones, though, and I'll show you how we can edit this to match your existing rubrics. Everything on here is listed with a competency, sort of the category, and then the criterion are listed underneath. What are all the little sub-points to that main overarching point? Anything with a pencil next to it means you can edit it, and anything with a trash can next to it means that you can delete it. Of course, the text in both the competency and the criterion is editable. And you can always choose to add a criterion if you want more items under this area. You can change the amount of points for each category anywhere from 0 up to 10 points. Once you're done, hit check to save it. And of course, if you want a new competency category in here, you can always click Add a Competency, and it will add that here. We'll go ahead and hit Save. And we want to add this to our assignment. So we click that, and then we can say that we're done editing. Now, because this is an instructor-submitted video, we're obviously seeing the option to add our own file. Now, if your students are submitting the video, they're going to see pretty much the exact same thing here. The main difference will be they log into their LaunchPad, they see this video assignment that you've set up, they'll open it, and of course, they'll see that Add File button. So we simply click this, and you're given lots of different options for how to add your video. First, you can upload any video that you have saved on your computer. We accept pretty much every type of file: AVI, FLV, MOV, MPEG, MP4, M4V, QT, WMV, and 3GP. Notice, of course, some of these are audio files as well, so you can choose to upload simply audio if you don't have any visual to go with it. And this is a great option for if you made any screencasts or if you recorded any lectures that are saved on your computer. You would simply hit Browse and find the file you want to upload. The file size limit is 600 megabytes, which is a pretty big file size, and there's no limit to the number of videos that you can upload over the course of your semester. I'm going to skip over to the Video Library tab. Now, if you're using one of our communication LaunchPads, we do have a lot of publisher-provided videos here. A lot of them are going to be sample speeches or clips that show various parts of speeches, including our needs improvement clips. And our human communication courses also have scenarios built in that show students working through the communication situations. You can pull those videos in here to allow for that commenting and rubric grading feature. And this is a great way to do that, sort of turn the tables on the students, pick one of these sample speeches and have students be the teacher. What we're going to show off next, though, is actually probably the coolest feature in here, besides the commenting and rubric. But that's the choice to embed a video. And you can take any video on YouTube, embed it here for your students to comment on. So I'm going to come over to the sequel to that TED Talk that I had uploaded in my sample activity. All you have to do is copy the URL. You don't even have to worry about coding or anything. Simply paste it here, agree to the terms, and then hit submit. And it's a very quick process. We can see my video's already been added. And you can see this thumbnail to prove that, yes, my video is there. From there, we can open the video review, and here's where we can add the comments. We'll hit play, and of course, then we just come over to comments, hit add comment, the video pauses, and we type that there. One feature that our videos have that not a lot of other video tools do is we also allow you to add comments for a time range. You can use this slider here if you have a comment that applies to a long term in the video. So what we've looked at so far today are what video tools are. We looked at some best practices for using video tools in your course, and then of course we looked at how you can use these, how you can build these videos to make your course even greater. If you are interested in using these in your course and you're currently using one of our LaunchPad products, these are available right now and you can start using them this instant. If you're not currently using LaunchPad, please let me know and I will be glad to get that set up with you. Again, my name is Heather Halter. I'm the Digital Solutions Specialist for Communication. My email address is on the screen. Please don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.